All right, and we're live. What's up, brothers? The inaugural first episode of the Unplugged Alpha series has begun. Episode number 1, Why Men Simp and How to Stop It. I'm going to be running this exact same format as I did with the Before the Trainwreck series, gentlemen. So a little monologue at the beginning, and then taking some call-ins from those interested in sharing experiences on the topic or asking questions on the topic. You guys will be dealt with first, and anything else will be taken care of afterwards. So I'll drop the join link towards the end of the monologue, and you guys can hop in with your questions, and we'll chop it up. What do you guys think of the oh, you know what? I got this new thing over here on YouTube. So let me just do this. If you guys are watching this somewhere else, come over to YouTube. It just helps me out a ton with the algorithms. Hit the like button and check this out. We got create a poll. I just saw this. It looks like it just showed up on my YouTube. Yeah, okay, there we go. So ask a question. You can throw a poll. So I can put this in the chat now. This is kind of cool. So new series. Let's just do this. Take the thumb. Series. Let's just do it like that. Love it, hate it. Can I change these? Okay, good. All right, and I can add extra options to ask your community. So there you go. So I can post polls now in the live chat. Anyway, let me know what you think of the new thumbnail in the series. Let's kick it off. Simping. Simping. All right. Got some notes here in the description. You guys will always find the talking points, the notes that I'm using in the description of the YouTube video in the description area. You just have to hit the see more button and it'll expand. But let's do the define part first. Here, let me pull it up over here. Urban Dictionary probably has something. What is simping? Definition first. When you infatuate over a woman, allowing them to take over your mind and cause you to do things from that you wouldn't normally do. All right. I think that's a pretty good description. What is simping? I'd put it to you this way, okay? And this is the real pandemic today. Trust me, it's not this beer bug. Because this thing, like this white knight, you know, you can call it white knighting, simping. You can call it anything you really want. It's realistically, you know, the same thing. There's a lot of disparaging terms, and I'm trying to keep these casts as clean as possible for, you know, for YouTube reasons, obviously. But you get the idea. It's basically when a guy goes out of his way to bend the knee to a woman in hopes that she will see his righteousness as attractive and want to be intimate with him. Okay, so the way that I define it is a little bit different than the way that the Urban Dictionary fellas do. But these guys, they're grass-fed lions. Okay, they're not. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're just in a league that gets them no results whatsoever and nothing but frustration. And it's a pretty new phenomenon. I think it's really new lately simply because of internet connectivity and app usage and, you know, the new simp economy that comes with that, of course. I mean, when I was a kid, when I was in elementary school, and of course, you know, this is going back, you know, if I was 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, the extent of what you would call simping back then would have been, I don't know, carrying a girl's books to her locker, maybe, you know, being a shoulder for her to cry on if, you know, Chad hurt her feelings, maybe. That might have been it. But the levels that we see today, and I'm going to show you some examples in a minute, but I mean, the levels that you see today are of biblical proportions. Let me just take a quick scroll up here and see if that poll, oh, it works pretty seamlessly. I'm digging it. All right, 98% of you are saying loving it. Cool. All right. Well, guys, you know, in all honesty, I think that Before the Trainwreck series ran its course. I love starting it up with Sean and the sorts, you know, the sorts of stuff that we talked about. The playlist will still remain on the channel. It's not going anywhere. So if you want to go back to some of the older episodes, they'll always be there. But I really wanted to tie it into what I'm doing going forward. Obviously the branding with the book's been a big thing. It's been a hit. So, obviously I can't ignore that. And I never really, loved the name Before the Train Wreck. So I'm glad you guys are digging the new title and everything. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's throw up some of these examples here on the screen that I pulled up here. Window. Does it go like that? Yeah. No, it's not working. Let's go like this. All right. So I'm going to show you this article here. Share. This is what does this say here? Twitch keep growing. What's her name? Amaru. I don't know how to pronounce this. Amorathan, whatever the hell that is. She's a Twitch streamer. This is a classic example of a thirst trap that gets the attention of so many men today. And I'm going to click through on a few things here and throw them up on the screen to give you guys an idea that may not be familiar with simping, the gravity of this problem. So this is just a quick article. This is from April 2021. So this is earlier this year. I think the same girl was also written in an article last year as well, because that's when I first came across this idea that, or this notion anyway, that guys are throwing money at women for sleeping. Literally, they're throwing money at women while they take their 8 hours of sleep in the evening, and they're earning money literally in their sleep. They're getting money thrown at them while they're in bed. And this is just a quick screenshot of it over here. And there's like little goals and steps that she's trying to encourage people to hit. And, she gives them an extra hour of sleep or an extra 20 minutes of sleep or something like that. But it's big. It's big business. Okay. Like this is a serious thing. Like, to give you an idea of how popular this chick is, where's her Instagram? Does it come up here if I go like that? No, got to remove and share the screen again. Give me a second here. Share screen. Window. Boom, boom. Okay, so this is her Instagram. Now, I had to scroll down quite a bit to get to a picture that I could put up with comments that wouldn't get me banned, because most of the stuff at the top of the page, it's pretty revealing, like, probably cause problems on YouTube. But what I wanted to show you here was the comments, okay? Because this is what typical simping type of behavior looks like. Usually a bunch of kissy faces and trophies and hearties and all that, flames. You will see women in there simping as well for her, but not because they have hopes of being intimate with her. It's because they're basically trying to drive traffic to their pages. So you will see that from time to time. But for the most part, most of this stuff is all dudes. OMG, so perfect. I love you in red. This is 2Tigger6886. I'm sure that she's tripping over herself to go to this dude's place right now. Sexy red, marry me, Marquito S87. This is flat out simping behavior, and it is endless. You can go beautiful heart emojis, be my Valentine. These are all, simpy ass, type of behaviors. They're all looking for, and I'm sure a lot of these guys are sliding into her DMs. They're probably regulars that contribute to Twitch streams and all that sort of stuff like that. It's all the same stuff. Hashtag wife status, whoa, chick, endless. And, a lot of guys wonder why women today have like an overinflated sense of self-worth. This is a Twitch thirst trap, of course, enhanced, let's say, because when you look at the links and stuff, she's obviously had some work done. But let's just scroll up to the top over here to the links. Let's see if we can get her stream. This is where you get into the problematic photographs. All right. So she says, Twitch streamer, new stories every hour, exclusive content, link tree. Yeah, shocking. She's got an OnlyFans. Twitch is all the way down at the bottom, which you'd think would be the bread and butter. But let's see what she's doing right now. Oh, it says live. I can't run that because it's a ad. It's going to be a hit. Anyway, I'll put it back up when the ad, I don't know, I guess it's a pre-roll ad. They do those on Twitch as well. But believe it or not, okay, there we go. So she's actually live right now. Believe it or not, she's been streaming for 7 hours and 25 minutes. And again, you can see here all the simping, hey, beautiful, so gorgeous, my pudding pop, blah, blah, blah. 13,366 guys are sitting here. Obviously, I'm watching it too now, so I'm 67 with all you guys along with me. But you get the point. There's a lot of people that feed this beast. It's endless. She's got links here to all the, like, this chick has got to be making $200,000-$300,000. I mean, if she knows what she's doing, she's got to be making $250,000 a month at least, because she's getting donations from dudes on Twitch. She's getting OnlyFans memberships. She's got what else she got on here? Twitch donations, Snapchat. I don't even know what else she's monetized. She's probably got sponsors or products as well that she sells. But you get the idea, right? This sort of stuff is what feeds the simps. This is what they're looking for. This is what they want. Why do guys do it? So let's keep moving on here. So guys do this stuff because it's easy, safe, and comfortable. Bottom line is they have a total lack of self-respect for themselves. They don't have a real purpose in life, meaning they probably haven't even found what their gift is, let alone what talents they have. Because simping is not a talent, it's certainly not a gift. It's a distraction that keeps guys away from getting on a purpose. That keeps guys away from, basically releasing their gift, on the world. Simping is not a gift. It's not a talent. They do it because they think being a nice guy will get them intimacy. And if you're one of the guys that any of these things resonate with, I'd recommend that you start by reading this book here, which is always linked in my Amazon bookstore. But it is a good read and helps get your head squared away with the covert contracts that men essentially make up in their head between themselves and women. For example, a covert contract that a simp might make is, if I donate enough money to this lady, she's going to maybe fall in love with me, want to go out with me, at some point acknowledge that I'm unique, special, or something like that, and want to jump into it with him. But these covert contracts never execute, right? Like, they never come to fruition. It's really an exhaustive process that most of these dudes go through. The teaching that comes to boys today, one of the big problems is about 43% of children are raised in single mother households. And mothers are great at being mothers, but they suck at being fathers and instilling masculine virtues, especially in boys. So a lot of these guys, like a lot of the guys that I talk to that struggle with women, they usually ended up coming from a single mother household. Could be divorced, could be dad was a loser, could be widowed, could be any number of things, could be mom pushed them out of the household, right? And these kids are left with just feminine energy growing up. It's taught in parenting. It's taught in school. Boys are taught in school to be so righteous and to always bend the knee to a female first primary social order. Media, government, it's like everything that comes at guys today is basically teaching them to be nice guys, to be weak, to bend the knee and always placate, basically white knighting type of behavior. I'm all there for the feminine imperative because that's what's going to get me the girls. Doesn't go down that way. Never executes that way. Softer, weaker men. Now, another thing I got here in these talking points, and I really wish more guys would pay attention to this one because this is a very important one. There's an author by the name of Dr. Anthony J. I had him on a Playing to Win series last year, maybe even longer than that, before COVID hit, I think maybe. And he wrote a book called Estrogeneration. The subtitle is Why Men Today Are Sick, Fat, and Infertile, basically. And there's environmental estrogens that come at you from all these different angles. Water, it's polluted with birth control, female birth control, obviously, because you can't filter it out of the sewage treatment plants. It's only particles they can get out, but hormones they can't get out. So there's all of these inputs, toiletries that you shower with, and colognes and soaps and creams and sunscreen. All of these things are, for the most part, endocrine disruptive. Plastic bottles. So I just picked this up while I was out at the store. This is a Dasani plastic bottle. And this water is definitely estrogenic. Not only is it tap water, because it's not spring water, they just filter it, but it's also in a plastic bottle. It's definitely an estrogenic compound in there. So a lot of guys today are walking around estrogen dominant. What does that happen? Like, why does that matter? Well, you're a guy. Guys are generally testosterone dominant, somewhere between 20 and 30 times levels that women have, depending on how healthy they are. But as Dr. Anthony J revealed in his book, most men today are walking around with weak, low, basic levels. And by the way, if you ever want to test your testosterone levels, pinned in the top comment of all my recent videos, if you just kind of scroll down and expand that, there's a kit from a company called Let's Get Checked. There's a coupon code there that you can use to check your testosterone levels. It's something that I recommended in my book on the chapter on managing your endocrine system, at least on an annual basis, so you know what's happening to your body. Guys will throw all kinds of money at Twitch thoughts, but they'll be afraid to spend a couple $100 to check their blood labs, right? So that's something else that you got to consider. Let me catch up here on some of these super chats before they all disappear on me. General Veers, Rich, on a serious note, that tactical soap is no bull. Yeah, listen, tactical soap is a high quality product. It doesn't have any endocrine disruptors in it, and it's pheromone infused, so you get a little bit of bump on a sexual marketplace. Don't use it though. I don't care what you use, but use a natural soap. This just happens to sponsor the channel. I like the guy that runs the company, and he's been a great supporter of my work. So if you're showering, might as well use the good stuff, right? Pick up whatever you want as long as it's natural. You get my point though, right? King Lar Fleas. I think that Rich has a lot of good info, but I think he missed parts of the big picture and lumps people together that are not the same. Okay, well, thanks for your super chat. Jaleel Watson. I think sipping is also unconscious. It can be conditioned in men by society and blue-pilled men. Terms like real men and men are supposed to push this narrative. Excellent point. So, when I was talking earlier about, the weaker, softer men through school, media, government, parenting, and all that sort of stuff, terms like real men, and you're going to see this a lot once you've recognized it. You're going to see it a lot more in social media. It's going to pop up more. Previously, it may not have been something that you've noticed. And I'll say this, whenever you buy a car and you start driving it around on the road, you start noticing your car more often that might have previously eluded you. So when you become aware of these things, you're going to start to notice these terms like real men do. And it's like, it always starts with real men, and then it's insert what they want you to do for the female first primary social order. Okay. Or men are supposed to, blah, 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 blah. One of the things that I've talked about many times, and I quoted it, in a few different places in my book, is that they tell men and women two different things when it comes to the right thing. They always tell guys, do the right thing, right? They tell women, you do what's right for you, girl. Okay? Two different narratives there. Be aware of those things. And King Lar Fleas, if there's something that you have a better solution to, feel free to come on live when I drop the join link. Let's hear what you got for me, because I'm always interested in hearing those perspectives as well. If you think I get something wrong. We got the Godfather in the chat. What's up, Rolo? Here's a bit of a simp test for you. All right. Because, some guys are going, well, how do I know I'm simping? When do I know that I'm simping? Like, how do I stop? We'll get to the solution in a minute, but how do I know that I'm a simp? All right. Well, you can start by constantly trying to impress women. Are you constantly trying to impress women? Right? Are you constantly, telling them that they're beautiful on social media? Are you constantly dropping hearts and DMing them whenever they post a picture, somebody that, you're following because you're a big fan, right? Are you? Ask yourself that question. I don't follow any women on any of my social media. I don't like, there's lots of beautiful women out there that I can look at and admire, of course, because beauty is something that you're going to just check out, right? But I don't follow them because I don't want to get distracted on, for my purpose. I know what I'm doing. I don't need to look at, boobs and butt all day long. I'm not a dork. I got stuff to do, right? That is something that you got to ask yourself. Are you constantly trying to impress women? Showering women with compliments and money. Okay, the money is a big part of this simp economy today, because a lot of these thirst traps out there on the different platforms. Doesn't matter if it's Twitch, OnlyFans, Instagram, Snapchat, Instagram, OnlyFans, mix it up. Whatever comes next. A lot of you guys are throwing loads of money at these women. Loads of money. Cam girls. Like, these women couldn't care. Let me put it to you this way. If she was walking down the street with a glass of water in her hand and you were on fire, she'd probably keep walking while drinking the glass of water. Okay. There's no, like, you're not going to get any benefit out of throwing money at a woman. She's got to have genuine burning desire for you. You can't buy your way into her heart. You can buy your way into her heart if you got loads of money. I've seen some rich nerds. I've shared this story before. There was a little Danny DeVito looking dude that owned 3 of the buildings back in the 90s when I was working down at Young and Shepherd. And he kept a whole like wall full of exotic cars down there. Different girl every time I saw him. Different hot girl every time, every time I saw him. Little Danny DeVito looking dude. Well, that amount of money will get you the girls. But the amount of money that most simps throw at the girls, it's nothing. It just piles in. It's like $10 from this guy, $10 from this guy. Oh, he made a $24 donation. Oh, this guy's a super fan. He paid $100, $500, whatever. It doesn't even matter. She just looks at you guys as paychecks. You're basically tax cattle. Are you white knighting? Are you constantly trying to swoop in to protect the honor of milady? Are you? White knights are the worst, I got to tell you. White knights, simps, simpy white knights, they're brutal. Most of them come from a weak household, okay, where father was non-existent or he was just a pussy, and mom just, molded him into some weak, pathetic beta male. She basically molded him into what the father never was because she wanted that in her life. But at the end of the day, she doesn't want to sleep with that little boy. She sends that little boy off into the world, calls him a man, but he's still a little boy in his head, thinking that if he's bending the knee and always nice and doing the dishes, we have this epidemic now of chore play with married couples. And if you're not familiar with what chore play is, it's basically where husbands are doing chores around the house that would conventionally be done by his wife in order to get intimacy. So he's trying to exchange doing the dishes, taking care of the kids to extracurriculars, cut the grass, put away the dishes, hang the shelves. He's trying to exchange all of that for a little bit of starfish intimacy in the bedroom once every couple weeks, if he's lucky. That's what chore play is. That's simping type of behavior. It's silly, right? You're trying to negotiate desire with a woman. I will do all of these things for you because we are equals, and you will want to enthusiastically jump my bones. This is the thinking that they have going through their heads. That's not how it goes down. Women need to have genuine burning desire for you. I think it's the 2nd or 3rd chapter in my book. I spent a lot of time putting that information together for you and giving you a way to assess it, because it's important to understand what it looks like and why you should always seek to get it from women. And if you're not getting it, you're wasting your time. On a scale of 1 to 10, 9 and 10 would be genuine burning desire. 7, 8 would be indifferent. She kind of likes you, but she's not sure. Maybe she needs to shit test you a little bit to see if you really are the man that she thinks that you might be. And then 6 to 1, the tractor. She could not care if you stopped breathing, if you didn't get up in the morning. You are invisible to her. And almost all the simping behavior goes to women that are completely oblivious to who you are. You're invisible to them. They don't care. Simp tests. Getting little to zero success with women. What does that mean? I mean, if you want to go out with a girl, you want to be intimate with her, you want to have a good time with her, are you getting success with that or not? Because if you're not, you're probably simping too much. Other stuff that ties into that, like texting back way too fast and persistently, and good morning and good night every freaking day, multiple days straight, several times in a row. There was this one screenshot I had. I think I shared it on an Instagram story at one point, and it was like this guy just kept going down. It's like, day number 13 of asking you to be my girlfriend. Day number 14 of asking you to be my girlfriend. It's like every day this dude would send a text message to this chick. And I got this screen capture. I don't know who sent it to me, but it's like every single day with a new time date stamp. Dude's like, day number 16 of asking you to be my girlfriend. Day number 17. It just kept going on and on and on. Simping, right? Texting back too persistently, too fast, too enthusiastically when she's got no desire for you. You know what I'm saying? Let me get these supers right here. Hold on. One man's chorus. Rich, don't you think toxic masculinity is kind of a hoax? It doesn't exist outside of website headlines. It is not enforced on men. Masculinity is weaponized against men. Real men do X. Is it a hoax? Yeah. All that it is just anything that the feminine imperative doesn't like, that doesn't serve it. Okay. We're not making enough money. We don't have enough days off. We should have more free, insert whatever it is. And some guy or a group of men get in the way of that. They'll just throw, that's toxic masculinity on that, right? There's no such thing. There's just masculinity, okay? When there's a war, when the floods come, when there's a hurricane, when there's a tornado, and they got to call in the National Guard to come and fix shit. When the two planes slammed into the Twin Towers, okay, 20 odd years ago, and they were about to come crumbling down. Who was running up into those buildings? Men, firefighters, police officers. It was men that were running up those stairs to try to save everybody up there screaming, not being able to find a way out. And they call that toxic masculinity today. It's just conventional masculinity because, again, like I said, anytime the feminine imperative, a female first primary social order, doesn't get what it wants from men, then they start slapping labels on it to try to insult and degrade and diminish what it is that you're doing. And yeah, it's a form of weaponization. Yeah, I would agree with that. King Lar flees. It isn't that you're wrong. You're quite wise. It's just some of this sounds like forced dichotomy. That is one way or the other. I am quite nice and strong. Okay, dude, just when I drop the link, stop throwing super chats at me. If you have a better solution to something that I've talked about, hop in on the stream and let's chop it up, man. I'm happy to talk to anybody on that. General Veers, rich is all the damn dollar. Identity politics is about money and votes, and just happened to obliterate Western Civ in the process. Well, yeah. Follow the money, right? All the money's flowing to thottery, thirst traps, simps. That's where the money's going. It's basically a form of taxation. Simp taxation is what it is. Part of simping is a recognition that women lack agency. They are treating women like a little kid. Interesting approach. Anyway, so here's a solution. I'm going to grab the, let me move this from the stream, stop and invite, copy. I'm going to cover the solution before I start adding you guys into the call, but I'm going to drop the link. So come in and ask a question. Boom. So I can spam it during the stream so it stays around. All right, so there's a join link. So again, bring questions. You got an experience to share. You want to challenge something that I've provided a solution to. I want to talk to somebody on that level too, because those are always interesting conversations. Open to everybody, young, old, men, women. Come on. Let's have a chat. So the solution to all this simping thing. First of all, realize that you are the prize. Be the prize, okay? Be the frickin' prize. What does the prize look like? Take a look at what women pine for. Be that, right? What do they like? Guys that can make it rain. They know how to make money, right? Guys that look good, physically attractive, like high testosterone cues, chiseled jaw, deep voice, broad shoulders, narrow waist. Basically, don't be a fat loser, right? If you're walking around with female breast tissue and you get out of the shower and you look down and you can't see your Johnson because it's covered in belly fat, you got some work to do on yourself. Don't think that throwing $10 a month at a girl is going to get you intimacy. Use that $10 for a gym membership. Use that $10 to buy a piece of grilled chicken and broccoli and eat that. Use the $10 for something else, is what I'm saying. But be the prize, right? Be the prize. Mental point of origin, put yourself first. What do you want to call it? Doesn't matter to me, but put yourself first. With every decision that you make, are you putting yourself first? Okay. Make money, make muscles, learn combat skills. Okay. I'm going to keep harping on this. Learn how to fight, learn game, learn what women respond to. It's important. You want to get results? You want to get somewhere in life? Women are half the population. If you suck with women, you're probably going to suck with other areas of your life too. I'm not saying women are the goal. They're just a part of life. They just happen to be the other part of the equation, why we're here, scattering seed, right? Let me prove a point here, because one of the other things I wrote, fitness, let's put fit. Okay, so if I type in fitness girl here on Instagram, let me share this on the screen, share screen, window, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so fitness girl. Okay, so the point that I'm making is beautiful women are not a rare commodity on the sexual marketplace. Top shelf men that know how to make bank, i.e. make it rain, are competent, have combat skills, are fit, muscular, have the right amount of body tone. And again, you don't need to look like a bodybuilder, guys, but don't be a scrawny dude. Don't be fat. Aim for a swimmer's body. Okay. You don't have to be big and bulky and giant. Women, generally speaking, don't like that. But as I search over here on Instagram, hashtag fitness girl, 31, that just happens to be what I would identify with attractive. I don't like abs. I've said that before. Abs on women to me is too much. It's like you're trying to look like a dude. Fit curves, boobs and butt. That's what I'm talking about, with some fit curves on her. Fitness girls, right? 31 million posts. 31 million posts. You're telling me that women are scarce commodities? There's even dudes using fitness girls on their posts. That's hilarious. You're telling me that attractive women, that is definitely not attractive. We can skip some of that. Ooh, we're getting some heifers in here too. But for the most part, you're telling me that attractive women are scarce? Come on. They're not. They're not as scarce as you think they are. Top shelf men that know how to make bank, put a dent in the universe. They're the scarce commodity on the sexual marketplace, not hot women. The other thing that you guys need to do is spend more time around top shelf men. I am always constantly surprised. I mean, I call-ins even. There's guys that call in and are like, hey, I'm looking to level up in life and I want to do better and all this sort of stuff. But my brother-in-law is a passed out drunk and his wife was porking some guy behind his back in the bathroom from the bar. It's like, why are you hanging out with these people? I don't care what your relationship to them is. If you're hanging out with a dude that can't walk into a bar and stand up and walk out on his own 2 feet at the end of the night, he's a loser. Why would you hang around with people like that? Broke guys, people that are out of shape, people that just haven't got their life together and they're a total train wreck. They sit around talking about fapping all day and smoking herb. Why? Spend more time around top shelf. Well, where do I find those guys, Rich? I don't know where to find them. Where do I start? I don't know. Join a dojo. Learn how to fight. There's no losers at a dojo. They don't stick around. I mean, they either level up or they leave. Simple as that. Spend more time around top shelf men. Chase after masculine pursuits. Don't chase thoughts and thirst traps on different platforms, throwing them money. You like camping? Book a 5-day canoe trip in Algonquin Park. You like hunting? Find some guys to hunt with. I don't know where to start. Well, get your non-restricted license, learn how to shoot, get a gym club, or sorry, not a gym club, but get a range membership, meet people there, and then set up a hunt. I feel like guys want every single step laid out for them along the way. A to Z. Okay. You can figure out B, C, D, and so on all the way down. Just figure out what the end goal looks like and then start doing things every day that lead you towards that. Stop listening to your mommy and stop listening to other neutered males. Okay. I'm serious. If you find that you're essentially white knighting and simping all the time, you're not getting great results with women. You're throwing money at them, hoping that they're going to respond. You're sliding in their DMs. You're sending 17 or 18 lines of day number 17, I want to be your boyfriend. Day number 18, I want to be your boyfriend. That kind of nonsense. You've probably been listening to your mommy and other neutered males. Okay. Ask yourself, would I want to trade places with this guy? Ask yourself, when your mommy or your aunt is giving you advice about women, how many women have they slept with? It's a legitimate question. You want to ask yourself that, right? You want to get advice on how to catch fish? You ask a fisherman. You don't ask a fish, okay? And you sure as hell don't listen to a crappy fisherman or a neutered fisherman or a guy without a boat and a fishing pole. Stay away from neutered, weak men and your mommy when it comes to stuff like this, because they've probably contributed to part of this problem. Also, stop following women that you aren't intimate with or going to be intimate with. I said this earlier, guys. I follow no women on my Instagram. None. Zero. I don't care. Yes, they're hot. I don't give a AF. I'm not going to sit around all day like this, liking, commenting, flamies, hearts. Don't stop being a nerd, okay? Stop it. And call it out. When you see guys behaving that you know in a way that's a detriment to their own best interest, call it out and tell them why you're calling it out. Tell them why. All right. I see a bunch of you guys in the waiting area. Let me know in the private chat what it is you want to talk about. Let me grab these supers here. One Man Chorus says, I disagree with you about toxic masculinity. It only exists in op-ed pieces at feminist rags like Salon and NYT. In real life, no one is ever called toxic. They're called incel or misogynist. Not true. I was talking to a kid once outside of my gym. This was a couple years ago when you could still go to a proper gym, not have to wear a mask and everything was open. Kid outside recognized him and he goes, hey man, I got to tell you the story. I was talking to this girl from school. She's hot. Not even feminist looking, he said. Hot. And because he was talking about something related to his career in engineering, I think it was engineering that he was pursuing or something like that, and what kind of money he was going to make and all that sort of stuff, she called him toxic, a toxically masculine man. He was like, what the hell is that? I'm not listening to this nonsense. And he walks away. You're going to hear it in all walks of life, man. You're going to hear it everywhere. Sam Whiskey, my coworker was helping out his neighbor financially and hoping she'd appreciate him in a special way. Instead, he's sitting on the balcony watching different guys leave her apartment. There was a news article. This is a classic example of simping. Let's see if I can find it. Divorced man cutting ex-wife's lawn. After divorce. Oh, here we go. Oh, we found it. This is your simping here. All right. I can't. There's a bunch of ads on this thing, but whatever. Here we go. This is out last year or the other year. After divorce, man mows ex-wife's lawn for 28 years. This is a simp right here. After divorce, and I believe she cheated on him, if I recall the article correctly. Dude is cutting her lawn for 28 years. Get the hell out of here. Get out of town with that crap. Somebody needs to call that guy's behavior out. Ninja, I believe your message is becoming lost on men in this community. They want a blueprint to get a woman when the message to me is to be better yourself. That is the blueprint. That is the blue. There's no cheat codes. There's no regurgitate these lines in front of a girl and she's going to want to enthusiastically jump your bones all hours of the night for weeks on end. None of that exists. It is absolutely a complete farce. And anybody selling you that crap is a liar. There is work to do. My entire book is based on doing the work. It is based on doing the damn work. Anybody that's read the book understands that concept and what's required. That is a blueprint, is put yourself first and do the damn work. There is no other blueprint out there that works. All right, let me check these privates over here. So guys, if you're in the waiting area and you have a question or something you want to comment on, let me know what it is you want to talk about. Here is the link if you guys want to hop in and ask a question. All right, there we go. What do we got here from you guys? Question, young age, VSM killer. Where are you? You're gone. Okay. Turtle Hermit, you were on last week, so I'm not going to put you on again, but I see you've already left. But check out the pinned comment in all my videos. Otherwise, you can, it's in my book. I've got some book recommendations in there on game. Tarek, question related to a few girls I'm spinning plates, an investment I need your advice on. Popski, no man. Guys, have your camera on. I'm gonna put the guys on with cameras on first. It's just easier for me to have the conversation when I can talk to you. Thanks, appreciate it. Popski, I'm pronouncing it wrong, but you wanted to have a chat. What's up, brother?
The thing I want to say is, like, how come some guys got time to waste on Instagram? Like, seriously, you got no time to waste on Instagram.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
There's a setting on Instagram, and I have to use Instagram to broadcast shorts and stuff to draw people into my video stuff, obviously. So I've got to use it, but I set a timer on it in the app that tells me when I've been on the app for more than 20 minutes, and it sends an alert up. And then I just get off it, if it ever pops up. But it's not a good use of your time. But why do guys do it? I don't know. What are they doing on it? Like, are they looking at girls? Are they simping? Are they looking at cars? I don't know.
Like, the thing is, like, if you're using it in a purpose like you are for increasing your audience, but I can understand that. But if you're using to just like person, you should.
Well, there's a big simp economy out there, and I think a lot of the guys. I mean, you can look at the comments of that Amarath post that I put up if you want to slide back the slider on the timeline. It's thousands of comments from guys telling her that they love her, she's hot, the red dress is beautiful, will you be my wife, blah, 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 blah. It's all the same stuff. So if that's where they're going to spend their time and they want to be a simp, hey, go for it. If that's what you really want to do, if you think that that's a good use of your time. If you see one of your friends doing it, I would call them out straight up. Like, if you see that they're somebody that, call them a simp.
It's not even simp. It's not even simp. It's being a sheep. Like, you just
sheep,
follow.
weak, grass-fed lion,
exactly.
White knight. You can call it whatever you want. I mean, these are not men. They are like lions in the general term are pretty devastating animals and competent at doing something very, very well. These guys are grass-fed lions. They're sheep, basically. Yeah. So. Sorry, is it just a comment that you wanted to drop on this one, or do you have a question too?
I just would like to point of view about something. Like, do you think it's more like you got a better return of interest building this LinkedIn for getting like work or contract or whatever it is, instead of spending times on those things?
LinkedIn?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of LinkedIn because ever since I signed up for LinkedIn, all I get is DMs from people trying to sell me bullshit stuff that I don't need.
Okay.
So I don't use it that much, to be often with you, but I'm a company of one. I'm self-employed. I'm probably never going to have employees again. I'm probably never going to go and look to be hired by anybody again. So I don't know a lot about LinkedIn. So you're talking to the wrong guy in that one. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's fine. So thank you for your time.
All right, bro. Take care. All right. Let's see here we got in the privates. We got a bunch of people looking. Let me grab these super chats here real quick. Hey, Rich, which one should I choose? 19-year-old girl cousin that's a 9.5, 10 in beauty, submissive and virgin, or 25-year-old single mom. Cousin. Come on, man. Don't troll me. I'm not stupid. Brandon. Hey, Rich. I'm looking to replace 2016 Dodge Ram. I've been looking at getting a 2618 Cayenne. Ooh. Can I get one for a good price? Okay, like Cayenne's interesting. You guys want to talk about cars now? We do car shows too if you want on the Unplugged Alpha. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the like for a daily driver, the German SUVs. They break down a lot. They're not built well. I would just stick with the Dodge Ram, to be honest with you. Like, I think that my next vehicle is probably like my next daily is probably going to be the new Bronco Warthog. Ford product, parts are cheap, maintenance is cheap. There's dealers everywhere. If you have a problem with it, it's taken care of. They're very reliable cars. Like have a toy. I'm not saying don't have a toy. Like I got a McLaren, I got an R8. Like, you know, have a toy, but look for one that's not going to cause you problems in your day-to-day life is what I would say. Little Cosette's crew. Maybe I missed a memo, but what happened to the doctor, the gentleman from Denver used to have on before? It's not BTW, it was before the train wreck. I used to really like his input. Sean basically didn't want to do the show anymore after about episode 40. He was going back and forth with, let's do it every other week, then let's take some time off. And then he wanted to take some time off and come back. I just wanted to keep consistent. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, boom, boom, boom show. And I've done 111 of them on the Before the Train Wreck series. So this is the replacement in the time slot. Same sort of format, but it's all me. It's always just going to be connected to me and the Unplugged Alpha brand. You can still follow Sean's stuff. I think he has a blog and he's got a YouTube channel. Though as far as I know, he's not putting out content. I think he's mostly busy with his practice. Hey, Rich, what's your tolerance levels to a business partner who's going through depression and leaning on alcohol? Been 8 months, costing dollars. Yeah. I've had business partners that have dependencies to addictive substances. I had one that was addicted to basically coke and weed. And yeah, it's always a train wreck waiting to happen. I would definitely not get, like, it's the same thing with women. Like, why would you want to invite a woman into your house, into your life that has an addictive personality to compounds that are issues? Why would you want to get into a business partnership with a guy that, you know, drinks heavily or, you know, leans on addictive compounds to, you know, get through the day? I would definitely stay away from stuff like that, man. It just never ends well. Never, ever, ever. Ryan, meeting other. Ryan, I see your camera's on. You there? You had a call last week and do a car show. Okay, let's see what you got. Ryan, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right, what do you got for me tonight, man?
I mean, how do I meet like other guys like in the realm, I should say, as far as I'm a car guy, just like you.
What are you talking about? You want to meet more car guys so that you've got guys to level up with?
I mean, some of the car meets I go to, they're younger guys. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
How old are you?
40.
All right. What kind of car are you driving?
TRD Pro 4Runner.
Okay. Cool truck. They need way more than 5 gears in that thing, though. I was looking at getting one of those. I just couldn't stand the sluggish transmission.
I think.
4Runner's a 5-speeder. You're not a car guy.
I got 300ZX convertible.
Car guys know exactly how many gears their transmission has, and you said it's a 6-speed.
Well, I got an old 4.0, so it has a 5 gears. So
there you go. All right, so here's my take on it. I mean, if you want to be like, when I was it 28 or 27, 28, I was driving a Subaru WRX. Downpipes, exhaust, the gold wheels, slammed on
Sorry about that.
And I used to hang around guys that were also around the same age as me, and we go out and do stuff together. But as you get older and you're making more money and you become more successful, you're going to, level up your vehicle. I mean, you get access to different rooms by being able to buy yourself in a room. So that's one of the mistakes a lot of guys make. Here, I'm just going to mute you while the dog's barking off there for a sec, just so you guys get the idea. But one of the things that you guys need to understand is you can buy your way into a better room. So a question that often comes up is, how do I hang out with top shelf men? How do I find better men to be around? It's like, okay, well, if you're 40 and you're showing up to car meets in a 4Runner, you're going to be around other guys in TRD products or Jeeps or Broncos and stuff like that, right? You're not going to end up with guys that are running businesses as entrepreneurs and showing up with an exotic car. So part of the benefit of buying a nicer car, if you're a car guy, is it basically buys you a seat in a better room, as strange as that sounds. Women aren't going to throw themselves at you. It's guys that like come and approach you all the time when you're at the gas station, when you're driving better and better cars. But the other advantage to it all is that you're going to be able to buy yourself a seat in a better room. I can go and do 3-day rally now with 80 other exotic car owners. There's dinner events, there's drinking events, there's of course the lunches, breakfast and dinner. There's the evening events, there's the photo shoots. You get a chance for 3-4 days straight to network with guys that for the most part are doing either what you want to be doing or they're at the same level as you, right? And you buy yourself, a position in that room. Moff.
Can I rebuttal a little bit?
He says, get in the community, bro. Like, Moff's a big fan of it because he started off that too. All right, so what's your rebuttal for me? What do you got?
I got a 93300ZX convertible. Okay. Only 5,000 made, and I have 800 horsepower.
Okay, gotcha. Here, I'm just going to mute you, but I mean, like, you're not listening to what I'm saying, though. I mean, you're saying, how do I get around better guys? Because I don't want to hang around the kids at the car meets. Buy yourself into that next room. Guys running businesses, guys that are making bank, guys that are competent, they're not driving 700 horsepower 300 ZXs. They might have one in their garage that they built 10 years ago and they never wanted to get rid of it because they're attached to it. But again, you want to be in a better room, right? So you can buy yourself a position in that better room. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I mean, I've had a convertible Z06 Corvette and all that stuff and nothing but problems with it.
Well, again, if you're a car guy, buy a nicer car and join the nicer car club. And you'll find yourself in a much better room with better opportunities. I get shit on all the time. Guys are like, get off your pedestal, Rich. Da, da, da. It's like, dude, I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
I like your McLaren.
You can buy yourself that position. You want to hang out with other exotic car owners? Buy a McLaren. You want to hang out with the Porsche club? Buy a Porsche. Right?
I thought about getting a Porsche, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, right? So find that target and then basically say, okay, here's A and Z is the Porsche, let's say it's a 911 Turbo S. Start doing everything every day, A, B, C, D, that gets you to Z, which will be the Porsche club. You want to be around the Porsche guys, the richer guys with the better cars, the more money, the better connections, the higher net worth, the boats, the Sea-Doos, like all that stuff. You want to hang out and do other stuff with them. You can buy yourself into that room.
All right, so bail on them. Get rid of the cars.
You've got to prune to grow, right? And I could have, like, the first car that I loved to bits was a 1988 IROC convertible, 5-liter. Shitty ass interior. The thing was like a wet noodle. If you went up a ramp, the entire body would twist like this. Okay, the entire body would twist going up curbs. It was such a piece of shit, but I loved it. But if I was still driving, but hear me out. But if I was still driving that 88 IROC convertible, right? My girlfriend at the time say, Italian retard out cruising or something like that, or I reek of cologne, would be the acronym. She'd make fun of it. But guess what? She was taking a bus at the time. Anyway, but you get the point. I mean, if I still had that car, I wouldn't be part of the exotic car clubs. I wouldn't be part of Toronto's largest supercar club. I wouldn't be able to go on rallies with other entrepreneurs that run 7, 8, 9-figure businesses. I wouldn't have access to that because it's the wrong room. Birds of a feather flock together.
What do you think of a 2018 ZR1?
ZR1s get recognition in the exotic car club community. It's got to be a more modern one though, right? Probably something like a 2013 plus, and you should be fine.
Well, I'm talking like 2018.
Yeah, fast cars, man.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, we'll see you later, Ryan.
Have a good one.
You too. What do we got here? S. Ron, as I'm getting fitter and successful, more women want me in their life, but most, especially the hot ones, are train wrecks with crazy pasts who are not worth long-term relationships. How, where do you find women for LTRs? You spin plates, bro. You just spin those plates and you let the crap fall off. It's going to dismiss itself. It's going to be problematic. You're going to tell it to pound sand. You just don't invite crazy into your life. I mean, why would you? You're fit, you're successful, women are giving you free attention, and they want to be a part of your life. They want to hop on board with you. Well, guess what? You're the sexual selector now. Like, men are the gatekeepers to relationships, not women, men. So you get to decide when and if and in what capacity a relationship's going to happen. But for the most part, if you don't like her, if you find she's a train wreck, if she's got more problems than a Chinese math test, then just move on. Hey, Rich, The Unplugged Alpha is a great book and very informative. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoy it. And guys, if you have enjoyed the book, please leave a review on Amazon and let other men know what benefit you got out of reading it. I read all of the reviews. It's kind of my morning routine. I get up, make the coffee, read my morning reviews. That's the only thing that I really read now when it comes to feedback. That's all I have time for. All right, let's see what we got here. Edgar, where is your comment? There it is. All right, so he's got a question about surrounding himself with better men. All right, what is your question? What can I do for you tonight? Oh, you're muted. I'm not getting any audio off you, bro. Do you have a microphone connected? All right, I'll let you figure that out. Let me know when you figure that out, okay? Guys, make sure you got a microphone connected when you come on the stream. Let's go here to the private chat. Let me know what it is you want to talk about, gents. Starting business from Emmy. Few girls spending plates with investment. All right, Tarek. Tarek, you got a camera, or is it just I'm just going to talk to an avatar? Have your camera on, guys. I want to know who I'm talking to. Do me a solid, okay? Chris. I'm going to throw you in. You're on,
Hey,
buddy.
brother. How you doing, brother? Good, yourself?
Good, man. What do you got for me tonight?
Hey, no, sorry to bother you, brother. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you do for us. And
Hey, you're welcome.
yeah, man, no, it's an honor to be on. I just started my business 9 years ago, man. $230 in my pocket. Man, anybody can do it, you know, just keep at it. I don't know, like I had a conversation with you about 3 years back, did a consultation with you. Was going through some pretty shitty stuff, and man, my brain was like complete one-itis. And no, I just want to say thank you very much for getting me out of that and really dark place and just total simp bullshit back then for a single mummy here, and left the
Things are
family
better now?
actually. Oh, brother, life's 100% better. Got 9 employees now and got the family on track, and I just want to say to the guys, like, man, if I could do it, you guys could do it. And yeah, man, no, it's just kind of putting myself first. Back in the day, I was, 15 hour, like for 15 years, it was just work. Did that, got the business to a point where I'm able to do what I want to do now, and just really enjoying life, and putting myself first, and like you say, putting your own dent in the universe. And
all right,
just
glad
yeah,
you leveled up, man.
Yeah, brother, it's I really appreciate everything you guys do, and I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Very
Be
much.
strong. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, brother.
All right. He's a good guy. He's been around some bullshit, that guy. Piotr, a £9 super chat. Thank you. No comments. Carlos with a comment says, "Get out of bed with confidence." Yeah, dude. Do everything with confidence. Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Beats the crap out of basic. Nobody wants to be basic. In the private chat, let me know what you guys want to talk about. I see some of you have come in and haven't posted in there, so let me know what you want to talk about. Edgar, you got your mic fixed, so let's try that again. How are we doing? No, still not working. No, it's not working, but not working. Come back when you got it working. Oh, I got my boy Moff there. Let's bring Chris in for a bit. What's shaking? What is up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, loud and clear.
All right, cool. I just figured I'd come save the show, man. God, I don't know what the fuck people are talking about in here. I don't know if I can swear. No, I wanted to talk real quick about men being the prize. So I think this is a really...
Here, floor is yours, man. Nail it. Go for it.
So this is a concept that a lot of guys don't understand. And a lot of it is the Disney World, Disneyland conditioning, rom-coms, all that kind of stuff. Like, be less so she can become more. You need to shrink so she can become large. Women are, we all know that women are the protected sex. Men are the disposable sex. But guys are being taught from a young age, you need to happy wife, happy life, right? I'm the lucky one. I don't know what she's doing with me. Ha ha ha. And what a lot of people don't understand, and especially women, is women are born inherently with value. Men must become. Okay, we talk about this a lot, but it's this idea that for men to even get on the playing field, they've got to hit a lot of these different attraction triggers. We talk about the 6 6s, right? We talk about 6 feet tall, 6 months out of a relationship, 6-pack abs, 6-figure income, 6 inches in the pants, right? All of these things that are
only the 600 horsepower car.
600 horsepower car. Well, I'm still working on that one, but in reality, women are inherently born with this value. So they don't know what it's like to have to work to be attractive, right? They're just inherently attractive, and they're going
they begin attractive. They're always praised for their beauty from adolescence, like from the get-go.
Right. Yeah, it's this thing that's sold to them where it's you are the princess, you are the prize. Like, don't ever settle for less than your worth. And so what guys really have to understand is that once you're able to internalize that you are the prize, and it's, you have to really earn this status that we talk about as far as high value man. And once you do that, like, that's when you're going to find real success.
Yep.
But this idea that we have to shrink so women can become more, and we have to be less so they can be more, it's really a load of nonsense. So guys out there, just understand, and women, the uncomfortable truth is also women don't want to be put on this pedestal. Like, women don't want to feel like you are worse off than them. Women want to feel like you're better than them, right?
Well, if you think about the whole simping narrative, right? What do women do is they cry on the shoulders of the friend, the guy that's in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Why are they crying on his shoulder? Because some guy, maybe his name's Chad, maybe his name's Steve,
Moff.
Could be Kevin, could be Moff, could be any one of those guys, let her down and alpha widowed her.
Right.
Did she chase him? Yeah. Did she make every effort possible? Yeah. Did she make him dinner? I bet she did. Did she do crazy stuff for him in the morning? I bet she did. All that stuff. Women want to do stuff for guys. That's when women fall in love with men, actually, I believe, is when they're doing things for men, not when men are doing things for women. Women don't fall in love with guys that are bending over backwards to take care of them and hang their shelves and watch their kids while they go salsa dancing and all. They don't fall in love with those guys.
It's a really interesting test if a guy can sort of pull that off, or if maybe he's trying to and I know that, the internet's going to go nuts. Why do we test women? You testing women? How dare you? Like, you'd be so glad if a woman looked at you, Moff. But it's this idea. A couple of days ago, I was doing laundry and I was folding it, and I was like, you know what? I had a plate that was coming over later. I was like, look, you know what? I'm going to leave it out, or I'm going to leave some of it in the laundry after it's done, or in the dryer.
Nice.
He gets here.
I see where this is going.
I'm going to say, hey, look, like, help me fold some of this, right? Oh, actually, like I'm getting ready to do something really quick. Can you put this stuff away for me? Like that goes in the top drawer, that goes in the middle drawer, whatever.
Yeah.
And just, okay, cool. And jumped right at and started like putting my laundry away, right?
Yeah.
Like, and there's women out there like, are you kidding me? I'm not going to put your laundry away. What do I look like?
I'm not your mother. I'm not going to do that
like,
shit.
I'm going to clean up after you.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, totally. I'd love to help. And it's like,
I'm telling you, you got to test these women, guys.
absolutely. You can't just let them have it and let them off the hook, man. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if she's going to step up to the plate. And again, we're not sitting here saying live in this fantasy world where we want things to revert back to the 1950s, but this is part of a larger plan. This is, how is she going to act? Like, is she going to add value to your life? If you're in the middle of something and you've got shit going on, is she going to be a detriment or is she going to be add value, right? Is she going to lessen the burden or is she going to increase it?
That's why the white knights hate us, because we get women to come over and put away our laundry for us. You should be putting the laundry away for her. Why don't you go over to her house and fold her laundry, Mom?
Oh, a real man does her laundry. A real man
does her laundry.
Her flowers. Oh, you must not be a real man. Anyway, man, I just wanted to drop in and say what's up and just add my 2 cents on that. But I love the new format. Love the new show. You know, I couldn't miss on being I couldn't miss out being on the first episode of the new series. So I had to drop in and say what's up.
I bet my boy's going to make a nice clip out of this for you, so you don't have to read the comments again.
Yeah. Well, I will. So.
All right, man. See ya.
All right, Rich.
Good dude. Let's see here. Ms. Goldberg, simping equals clingy boyfriends. Yeah. Simps get cheated on. They get cheated on a lot. Women don't respect you when you're a simp. They just don't. Don't be surprised if she starts porking Kevin from sales. Chad, I'd like to give a life hack for the car question. All right, yeah, let's talk cars, man. What's shaking, Chad?
Hey, I'm working, so I don't have a whole lot of time, but I just wanted to jump in there real quick.
You're talking about reference to the guy that was 40 that wanted to get into like better car communities?
Yeah. Well, I want to cover several things. One, I've got a new Ram, great daily. The M3, the life hack there is I picked it up on Swap a Lease, and I assumed somebody else's lease.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy's asking about a used car. The other question, a deal on a used car is almost impossible right now. Like, the market is insane.
That's hot.
So I went on Swap a Lease. I picked up something. Now you're buying into an agreement from 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So the numbers are locked in. I just flipped that car. And if I told you how much I just made on driving my dream car for a year, you'd laugh.
How much did that tell us?
All in, it cost me 10 grand to own it for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I just made 16 on the flip.
Nice.
Because I bought it out instead of returning it and giving BMW all that equity and the increased value of the insane market right now. I'm like, screw that. I'm not giving it back to BMW.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
put it on the
swapped
market.
it.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's kind of setting at a Lotus dealership. The equity is sitting, waiting to see, what exactly I want to buy into, where I'm going to go with that money.
Okay.
But getting into a better room, dude, every town has a cigar lounge or entrepreneur meeting, meetups or whatever. I'm in a club here of just older entrepreneurs, and it's amazing, the caliber of guys in that room.
Yeah, like I said, you can buy your way into a room, right? If you want to get
cheap.
into, well, it's the entry point is cheap if you're at that level, right? So, for me to say, hey, just buy a McLaren, guys are going to be like, well, hang on, that's $200,000. I don't have that kind of cash. Well, for a guy that's got the kind of cash, they can buy a place into that room and hang out with other, exotic car guys, for dinner sort of thing. But like, even something with entrepreneurs organization, they have a line in the sand. It's like, you got to be doing $1 million a year in annual sales to be able to qualify. And the cost is, I don't know, $4,000, for the year. Let's see, whatever the membership is. If you're running a business doing $1 million a year, $4 grand is a drop in the bucket. You just put it under training and education on your ledger and let your accountant take care of it. It's a write-off, right? But yeah, you can buy yourself into these better rooms. I don't know why guys don't do it more often. I mean, it's work, it's going to cost money, and you're going to be uncomfortable because you're going to be around people you don't know. But there's some of the greatest people that, you can trip across, when you get into these better rooms and places. There's this There's this myth that guys with money, like people that are successful, are pricks or they're crooks or they're thieves. Maybe you're watching a little bit too much news, you know,
Yeah.
but most entrepreneurs that I know, they're great guys running businesses that actually solve proper problems, right?
Yeah, I just shot the breeze with a guy who's a developer, and had a great, had just sitting, just having a good time, and had chatted with him for a couple hours, just hanging out at this club, and I just read an article yesterday. He just bought this huge thing, a big multi-million-dollar deal. He wasn't available for comment. I'm like, I know where to find him. I could get your comment.
Hey, doors, man, they open. Your network is your net worth, right?
That's right.
All right, Chad. Thanks for popping
Rich,
in, man.
thank you.
See
I'll
you, bro.
talk to you later.
All right, let me get these supers here and make sure I'm caught up. Find myself quoting Rich Cooper far too often every day. Definitely worth it. Stop simping. Theta, Fuel, Vet, and Link. Yes, get into that crypto, man. It's the acquisition time right now. Thanks for the super sticker. Tile Lock. I'm spinning plates. One's a flight attendant. She wants me to travel with her, but I'm worried she'll expect an LTR. I want to fly for free to places and hook up. How would you enjoy travel perks without entry? So you want to travel on the flight attendant's dime and hook up with girls. Well, I hope she's bi. I hope she's into that sort of thing, because you can get a threesome out of it. So maybe that's the way to look at it. But don't be a sleazeball. I mean, there's guys out there that, promote being dirt like that. I mean, if you want to travel around and have, strange and different cities, become a pilot, or just make some money and buy your own plane, but I don't know. The sleazeball approach is not a favorite of mine. The drive inside, the first exotic moving from a 19 SS Camaro 1LE package to a Gallardo 430 GT4, something around 100 grand, wanted to hang with the big boys. Gallardo is reliable, but the transmission is shit unless you get a manual. F40, not as reliable, and most of them are F1 transmissions, and they're shit. The manuals are going for over 230,000 here right now. So honestly, man, if you want a nice, reliable exotic that's not going to break the bank on you, get an R8. R8s are fucking fantastic. Get a V10. If you can get it with a manual, it's going to hold its value a lot better. They're going low clicks, under 200 for sure. Under 200 for sure, easily. Or you can get one with a automated manual, the dual clutch, for probably around 100. That's what I would look at. GT4 is too slow, but that's just my opinion. I like faster cars, obviously, but that would be my take on it. Best exotic. What's this? T-Wiz. Yo, Rich, you ever heard of Kevin Samuels? He talks about the importance of a high value man. It would be cool to hear you guys have a discussion. Yeah, I came across him a while ago, and I invited him on for a Playing to Win, but he did not respond. So he's probably too big for a guy like me now. But yeah, he's welcome to have a chat anytime he wants. You should know how to reach me. General Veers, $20. I'm retired from the U.S. Army. Tanks was my career field. I fought in Iraq for 2 years. The condition Western civilizations did not want us there. Painful. Yeah. I feel bad for guys that go to war, that do shit for their country, only to find that when they come back, they're fighting for things that they're not appreciated for. They might have even lost friends. They might have lost limbs. I'm torn on this, right? Because I love military. I got a big wall over here with a giant picture of World War II aircraft. I call this room Bomber Command for a reason. Let me take a look around. So I struggle to encourage guys to follow a career in the military, because most of the time they find that when they go through everything, they just found that it wasn't worth it. But it is what it is, right? Carlos, joining Chamber of Commerce is the best way to meet CEOs. Now, CEOs don't hang around Chamber of Commerce people. That's like BNI. I think it's business networking something. It's some breakfast fucking club. You're not going to you want to meet, if you're talking about meeting CEOs, you want to meet guys that are doing over $1 million in annual sales. And they're not going to be hanging out at the Chamber of Commerce. Trust me. Not a good place to go. You're going to find very low tier entry level guys that are maybe doing lawn care maintenance, maybe doing $100,000-$200,000 a year in sales. They're still making money. They're still running something, but they've basically created a business that they've basically employed themselves. They've invented a job for themselves, and they're working all hours for what would probably amount to the same hourly rate as, you know, working in a regular sort of job. Josh says, thoughts about dating bisexual women. Do they not appreciate masculinity? Bisexual women are interesting. They appreciate masculinity, and they also appreciate femininity. If I can put it that way, if that makes sense. And we're all caught up. We're all caught up. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, Amy, I think you wanted to ask a question about Canada or moving to Canada. I'm going to pull you in. How you doing?
Yeah, hi, Rich. I just finished reading your book.
Good. How'd you like it?
Really awesome. Really awesome.
Good, thank you.
I think it's most knowledge I got till today, more than my university. So I was planning to...
Hey, you got more knowledge out of my book than going to university.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I was planning to move to Canada and move out of my parents' house. So
where do you live now?
Do you think? I live in India.
India.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of Canada. Like, I'm planning on leaving, man. Taxes are high. Winter's cold. It's very liberal here. You know, we're still legitimately in a state of lockdown. Like, even though they've lightened the travel restrictions, we're still really not supposed to travel unless it's essential travel. I would look to other countries, you know, to be honest with you. I just can't endorse, you know, guys moving here right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it would be better than here. I'm currently working for like $400 to $500 a month, and I think it would be a better opportunities there than here. So I was just planning to move. So what are your thoughts on that? As a student, not as a working professional.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
I would try to find my way to the US, to be honest with you.
Okay.
What do you want to do when you grow up? Like, what do you want to be doing for a living?
Yeah, I've not thought it yet, but I'm like into cryptocurrency mining, and I'm currently working for a software company, and I'm planning to put down some businesses for like clothing and other food things.
Okay, so I mean, if you're in software, you're talking about making some money then, right?
Yeah.
So why do you want to give 53% of it away to a liberal government in Canada? Which, by the way, is freezing cold 7 months of the year.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there are not much provisions here, so I think there would be a
take it if it's better than India, is what I'm saying. But there's better places in the world that treat men better, and Canada is not that place anymore. There's some states in the U.S., Florida, Texas. There's some Caribbean islands that, I mean, if you like cryptocurrency, that have like no tax on crypto. Portugal has no tax on crypto. There's other places to consider. Just because Rich Cooper lives in Canada doesn't mean it's a place to go. Like, I'm kind of handcuffed here for the next 10 years. So I'm just being honest with you, dude.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and really appreciate writing a book like that. I'm really flattered reading it.
Cool, man. Do me a favor and just leave a quick review on Amazon. It helps other guys out just understand. All right, see you, bro.
Sure. Thank you.
Peace. All right. What do we got here? Thoughts on bisexual. Okay, we got that one. Ricardo, you ever found it difficult to help your blue-pilled close friendships with relationships since taken? No, I don't. And I don't recommend that you try to help those that are still plugged in. Unplugging has to happen, and there's a reason why it's called the unplugged alpha. Unplugging has to happen, generally speaking, as a result of trauma. Something happened in their safe world that collapsed their entire belief system, and then they go looking for answers. That's when people are ready for this sort of stuff. Most guys are vehemently opposed to the concepts that I've discussed in my book, on this channel, and other areas, unless they're willing, unless they're in the position to accept that information. So you know, you can drop some sound bites. Guys crushed over his girlfriend leaving him, finding out that you know, she's been banging Kevin from the sales team in his office, and he's very upset about that. Well, you know, drop a sound bite. You know, have you ever heard of this concept, alpha seed and beta need? You know, and see how they respond to it. Then you can kind of take them down the rabbit hole from there. But generally speaking, they got to suffer the trauma first. Did you know, Matt, Andrew Tate talking about buying a supercar to network? Yeah, it opens doors. You know, like I said earlier, it gives you opportunities to put yourself in better places and better rooms. Rich, get off your high horse. Okay, guess what though? I know a load of entrepreneurs, and I have an amazing network, and that's very, very useful. I didn't buy a supercar to get into that place. I mean, some guys might. I bought it because I like fast shit. Nothing more than that. Driftless Winds Farm. Congrats on the new format. Show title. Just join your 1%. Text game guy. Welcome, bro. Time traveler. Would you move to a red state in the U.S.? I've considered the U.S. I mean, it's closer to the Caribbean, but there's still tax rates to deal with. There's some states that have lower tax rates, obviously. And to be honest with you, I kind of want to get out of North America because I just see the decline coming. I just see the writing on the wall, and I don't see, you know, as free and open as places like Florida and Texas are right now. There's a lot of people from New York and California and other blue states moving there. And guess what? They're going to start voting for policies that ruin the state that they left, and it's probably going to turn, you know, the red state bluish or purple or whatever color you want to call it. But I just don't see it as a long-term solution. So anyway, we'll see. I got to get a bunch of passports sorted out over the next few years. Add that to the repertoire. Red State, Pure, just finished 3-year LTR with a style to help her move out quickly. I want to avoid drama. Is that simping? You want to help her move out. You want to avoid drama. Take care of yourself first. Like, it boils down to, how does this serve me? Ask yourself that question. How does this improve my life? Or are you going to keep bending the knee to an LTR that you're no longer with to help her move out and pack her boxes and unpack her boxes? And like what next? You're going to download the dating app and start helping her swipe to match on other dudes so she can get porked by them? Like, just go your separate ways. You've got a new life. She's got a new life. That's it. So to answer your question, yeah, it is kind of simpy. Poland's a cool country for men, I've heard. King Henry, maybe more equality-minded women should join the military and put, yeah. I don't see a big movement, you know, in the equality of, you know, the workplace. Like, I don't see this movement of women being encouraged to work on garbage trucks or oil rigs or the front lines of the military. Yeah, good point. I don't think you're going to see it anytime soon either. All right, let's see what we got here. 15. Anthony, you have a question about business. Let's bring you in. What's up?
Hey, Rich, longtime lurker, big fan of your work. I'd be open. I haven't read the book yet, and I need to get around to it.
Okay.
But I got kind of suckered into some TUA stuff back in the day, so it's made me kind of like nervous of being like sucked into somebody's marketing scheme, you know.
Who'd you get sucked into? Like, what PUA stuff?
It was the
Was it that dork?
RSD. It was RSD.
Okay.
And like, I still think some of that stuff was really good and like probably real helpful in the earlier days of Manosphere, but
there's some mindset stuff in the PUA industry that can be useful, but for the most part, a lot of it's just crap.
Yeah, this was like when I was younger and had like just finished college, and now that I wasn't focusing on school so much, I was focusing more on girls, and I was having a really hard time. So I kind of like wanted to find the trick. I wanted to find the pickup line. I wanted to find the, you know,
the cheat codes to life.
Yeah.
All right, so let me keep you on point. So you got a question about law of business?
Yeah.
Or
So
was it brother-in-law?
yeah, it's like family stuff is starting to get into the business, and I'm like, I might be setting myself up for a train wreck here. So, he trained me. It's a labor intensive business, and I kind of feel bad about wanting to move away. And like, I also don't want to set him off and then screw myself up and have no income as a result. Like, I'm trying to make moves to
You're a
build
nice
wealth.
guy.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't read that book yet either.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. Read that book. But I mean, you're a nice guy. You don't want to step on too many toes. You don't want to piss off the brother-in-law. What if you leave him on his own? It's not what you wanted. Like, what about putting yourself first? Like, what do you want to do?
I definitely want to have financial success. I want to have success with women, and
How old are you?
I like working on cars. I'm 35.
Okay. Well, you're running out of runway, man. Like,
I know.
where are you at in life right now? Like, have you made your first million? Are you getting close to it?
Not even close. I'm still renting.
Okay.
I have some couple motorcycles that are paid off, and I have a Jeep that's paid off. And
okay. So, like the whole nice guy thing, like that's not working out for you, obviously, right?
No, I'm getting bad results.
Okay. So you need to take that guy round back behind the barn, beat him with a stick, and bury him 6 feet under, and be done with it. I'm not saying don't be a kind man. I'm just saying get rid of the nice guy bullshit. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm actually
a kind man would put himself first and say, "Yo, brother-in-law, this isn't working out. This arrangement isn't for me. We have to wind this down over the next 14, 30 days. We'll do everything that we can to, transition, give you an opportunity to find a replacement, but I'm going to be moving on to these things." That's what a kind man does. A nice guy fucks around and I don't know what to do. And how do I do this? And like, what do you think, Rich? It's like, stop it. Just figure out what it is that you're going to be moving on towards, and then do things every day that align with that goal. I mean, if you're talking about making some serious money, all right, how? Like, what are you going to do?
It seems like what I've learned is don't do something where I'm selling my time. And it's kind of been hard for me to come up with any ideas, but I'm at least.
Well, you can sell your time for money and still make
that's
a
what I'm going to
shitload
be
of money.
doing
But
now. Yeah.
can you bill $2,000 an hour?
No.
Okay. So what's the alternative then? Right. I mean, if you're not able to bill at that rate, then what's the alternative? You're going to set up something that has recurring revenue, subscription based.
Well, I'll just be up.
Can you code software?
No, what I'm doing now is pool service. It's like cleaning pools, and I want to build it up, and it seems to me like I'm setting myself up to be number two in that. Like, I don't really want to be, if I'm going to be building this, putting my life into. I don't have any kids or a wife or anything, so I'm going to be putting my life into my career, big time. And if I'm following somebody, then I'm always going to be number two. I'm always going to be like having to take orders. I got out of corporate America, but I'm still not really free yet.
But if you were listening earlier, you probably heard me touch on this, so I'll touch on it again. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where you just create a job for yourself. Okay. Let's say you go and run, I don't know, pool business. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you live? Like, what part of the States?
I live in South Florida.
Okay. So it's hot year round then. So pool business is going to be busy.
Yes.
Okay. So you're in a place where at least it's not seasonal. You got to find some crazy stuff to do in the wintertime, like, guys here with pool businesses do in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's harder.
So good. Awesome. But are you going to create something that's really just going to employ you and provide yourself a job? And don't forget, like, you're not just running the business. You also have to deal with the accounting, legal, administrative stuff. You're going to have to hire people, fire people. You got to deal with human resources. Is all that going to be worth it to make $100,000-$200,000 a year? Because a lot of guys will go out there and create a business, but a lot of guys will go out there and create a business by employing themselves, and they build something that they don't actually love because they're like, you know what? As long as I have a card that says CEO on it or founder and CEO, I'm good with that. But they find, 5-10 years down the road that they're not, and they want to get out of the business, or they want to sell it, or they have to wind it down. So what I'm getting at here is there's two kinds of businesses that you can run. There's an ELF business and there's a half business. ELF is easy, lucrative, fun. Half is hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating. Make sure whatever you're going to do with business is easy, lucrative, and fun.
ELF, not half.
ELF. Okay. That's straight out of Joe Polish's handbook.
Joe Polish.
Yeah, you can look him up. He's got a podcast called I Love Marketing.
Great. Thank you. I got some
All right,
work to
man.
do.
Check
All
it
right,
out.
man. Have a great night. Thank you
See
so
you,
much
bro.
for taking me on. Bye now.
Peace. Join the military, filthy casual. I don't see a big movement in equality of responsibility, and you won't. It is what it is. You just have to accept it. Just accept that the sun is hot and that water is wet and women are women, and you'll be okay. Tacos for the stream. All right, bro. Appreciate the tacos for the stream, man. We are at the 90-minute mark, and we are going to have to wind this sucker down. So before we go, real quick, shout out to my channel sponsor. You can go to coopersoap.com and grab some tactical soap, beard oil, pheromone sticks. I did say beard oil. Yeah. All the stuff's over my shoulder. Go to the link below. It's handmade, doesn't disrupt endocrine systems, has none of that garbage I was talking about earlier that weakens men and makes them estrogen dominant. So check that out. We'll be back next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a new topic, a new show, episode number 2. We'll see you guys later. Have an amazing day. Peace out.